Welcome back to the World's Worst Fishing, everybody. I'm Chris Jones, and we're making some quick frogs. So we have the new Angling AI Atomic Toad, and then we have my custom Florida frog. So we're just gonna run, why is there blue on my white? Anyway, we're just gonna run one of my favorite colors, just straight white in a frog, because we're going fishing later today. So I'm just gonna mix in this white here. Alrighty. Yes, white frogs are just, I don't know what it is, but boy do they work. Alright, this is a Dead On Plastic swim bait blend. I'm getting some of their craw tube blend, which is a little firmer, and I'm just going to try that in like my frogs and my big swim baits, just to see if I get a little bit better performance using a firmer plastic. So that's kind of a little test experiment I'm going to be doing here in the near future. Alright. Okay. Alrighty, top these off. Alright, we're going to see how these turn out here in just a moment. Alright, let's look at the AI frog first. Alrighty, get these off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these different style frogs fishing today. And it's not necessarily a frog versus frog who's best. It's just now I have two great frogs to use. So we're going to go out there to my favorite frog lake and see if we can do some damage. And I really want to get the action of this on camera so that anyone who is interested in this mold can see what it looks like. Alright, and here is my frog, Florida frog. Okay, so we have 4 of these. Just snip them off. Technically you can just tear all these things right on off, but I already had the little scissors out. Okay, so again, there's our 2 frogs that we're going to be throwing at them today. I can't wait. Alright, and here's shot number 2. Should have enough, yeah. Alright, here's the Atomic Toad again. And let's see, if you're watching this, to the guy who won the frog name contest, I think it was Dan. The frogs are on their way to Canada, so you should have them hopefully here before too long. Alright, so you'll notice I have some goodies in the background. That was from this bait right here, which is really cool. So this is black with gold pearl on the top, a red pearl line. So it has cherry red, Dead On Plastic red, and red pearl. And then the bottom, well, it's an encapsulated bait, but the bottom is silver pearl with blue highlight. And then I finished it off with a red eye. So it's not really necessarily any like bait fish color that, you know, it's not a shad, it's not a brim, a trout. I don't really know what it is, but I just wanted to practice, you know, pouring veins and lines, and thought it turned out cool. So I thought you guys might like to see just a good bait here. We're definitely getting better at this hand pour stuff. All right, let's look at these AI toads again. All right, looking good. Okay. Yeah, I like the, I love the nice thick body on those. Those are gonna cast a mile, you know, and especially using the black bucket plastic. Yeah, it's technically sinking plastic, but I like the weight of it for casting, and if you just, you know, reel the bait fast enough, it'll scooch back up on the surface and work just fine. So, you know, there's 2 trains of thoughts. You know, you can use floating plastic for your frogs, and it will have better buoyancy. But floating plastic is less dense, it's not as heavy, so you don't quite get the castability, is that a word? you don't quite get the casting performance out of it, but that's okay. It's just kind of depending on how you want to do it. So yeah, there's 4 more Florida frogs. So just gonna rip those off. Boom. And now we're just gonna make a few more with the atomic toad, and then we're taking them fishing like almost immediately. Okay, and here are the final 3 atomic toads. So we're gonna go ahead and tear these off without burning my fingers, because that sprue is still pretty warm. All right, in the bath. And can you guys find there's a ghost bait in there? Yeah. No, it's just a complete clear creature bait. This thing that I made, the Demogorgon bait. So, yep, I just figured to pour a clear one just to see just what a clear one looks like. But in the water, it looks like a ghost. Like, it's like there's something there, but you can't really tell. So, anyway, we are taking these fishing in like 20 minutes. So, I'm gonna let these set up in some water for a little bit. Then we're gonna pack them up in the boat. All right. Do we have gas? Yeah, a little under half a tank. We're good, right? Okay, so here are our frogs that we made. And we're going to, you know what, we're just gonna throw them down there. They won't go anywhere. All right, the heat index is like 100 degrees. And I'm ready to go sweat. All right, we're here, and this is Lake Imonia. If you watch my channel, hold on. If you watch my channel a lot, you'll know that I come here a lot. It's we're surrounded by about 6,000 acres of lily pads, so it's really a good frog lake, and it's close to home. So we're gonna take a 5/0 weightless swim bait hook with a spring. We're gonna tie the Palomar knot. I'm gonna start by taking my 65-pound braid, and I'm gonna fold it, okay? And that looped end is gonna go through the eye of the hook. Okay, so here's what we have. We have the tag end, and then that looped end through the eye of the hook. I'm then gonna pinch them together up top. I'm gonna rotate, okay? And you see that loop right there? That double end is gonna go through that loop, and I'm gonna pull it snug to the eye with our spring still hanging down. That creates another giant loop that goes all the way over the hook, okay? And you want to keep your spring in place, and then you pull it tight to cinch everything. You pull the tag end with the main line, okay? There's our tag end, and you want to cinch that loop down. And that is the best braided line hook. Unless you're flipping, then you want to tie a snell knot. So that's what we're going to do to rig these frogs, okay? And then to rig a frog, let me get a frog real quick. All right, here's the atomic toad, angling AI. We're just going to stick that into the tip, rotate the bait onto that spring, just like that. All right, and then this bait has a belly slot. So we're just gonna go up into that belly slot and out the top, and then we're gonna skin hook it or bury the hook kind of into that little hook notch on the top there. That way it's completely weedless, and we should have a pretty durable set here. So we're gonna toss this frog for a while, see if we can catch some fish. It does really well. It catches fish. That's all. Did y'all see that blow up? Man, this thing just got blown up, but I couldn't get the fish to come back, so hopefully we'll get another bite here soon. Well, I like it because it casts. Damn good. Very little right now. Here's a little peek of the action on this thing. Pretty cool. We'll get back over here in the open water so that you can kind of see it there. Yeah, really nice. All right, 2 hours later and only 2 bites, so we're switching to a different part of the lake. I'm out of the boat trails on the more main lake pad edges, and we're gonna give the atomic toad a little while longer, and then I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna keep fishing it, hopefully until I get a bite. Man, it is just not happening. I don't know what's going on. You can always catch a frogfish here, especially on a white buzzing frog. Should be a no-brainer. I got fish busting offshore where there is no offshore. I'll never understand bass fishing. Well, still nothing, and it's not the atomic toad's fault. They're not biting this one or this one. So there's a bar on the side of the lake or on the bank over there at the boat ramp over yonder. I think I'm just gonna go have a drink and kind of take a break from failing so much, and then come out here refreshed again and hope for a miracle. We need a Hail Mary here, because I don't want to post up crap content where I don't catch any fish. That's just... So bad today. Still hope. Smoked mullet. Oh, it's so good. It's a Florida treat right here. All right, we are back on the water. Just had a nice meal. Smoked mullet tail, French fries, Yingling, some hot sauce. If I can't catch a bass now, then this really is the world's worst fishing. Oh my God, finally. Oh, guys. Oh, finally got one on the atomic toad. Whew. 4 hours later. There it is. Oh. I thought it was never gonna happen, but it did. Challenge complete. Took the atomic toad fishing, first time, first trip, caught one. All right, well, we may not have many fish in today's video, but at least we have a video now. Thank the Lord. First hook I've got to set today. So we're gonna rig up another one and try for another fish. I'm in the main boat trail that runs through the center of the lake, and there's a thunderstorm kind of around us off to the south there. So I'm hoping that maybe the cloud cover and maybe a little bit of low pressure will get me just enough bites that I can have a little fun here. But you know, it's been a heck of a journey. You know, I made these frogs this morning and then came out here, sucked it up for a couple of hours, went and had a good meal, came back out, caught one about an hour later, or however long, I don't even know. Not wearing my watch today, but you know, Can't complain though. I got to make lures this morning and come fishing, living the American dream. Caught a bass. What else can you say? Yeah, there's a real one, guys. Storm blowing in. There it is. The atomic toad and a nice 3-pounder. Let's get this, yeah. Well, maybe not quite 3. At least 2.5. Chunky fish. Don't tell my wife. Well, the weather's starting to get real crappy. We have a nice storm blowing in, as you can tell. I don't know how dark and gloomy that looks on camera, but it's pretty dark and gloomy. The wind's howling, and it's getting a little late in the evening, so I think we're gonna call this a trip, and probably gonna go ahead and head on back to the hill. So here we go. All right, everybody, we are back at the house. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. And yeah, caught a few fish on the atomic toad, so mission success. I wanted to kind of do a bait and bass, you know, make some frogs this morning with the new frog mold, take them out, try to catch one. First time I've been able to wet a line in 3.5 weeks, so didn't catch a lot of fish and kind of had to leave them biting. That storm blew in, and that was kind of right when I caught those two and started getting a few other bites, but that's the way it goes, unfortunately. So yeah, we're back here at the house and we're gonna call it a day. Please shoot me a comment down below, let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and here's a little drum solo to end the video.